Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, May 29th, 2015. Welcome to today's eBay video. Guys, you'll notice that it's another cloudy, murky day here in the Northeast, so at least things are back to normal that way. And also, you'll have to please excuse some noise in the background from some landscapers a couple of houses down. There's only two of us in this whole area that mow their own lawn. Myself and my buddy. Everybody else will not push a lawnmower. They hire these contractors to come during the week and do it. So please excuse any noise you may hear throughout the video. Today we're going to be talking about the following topics. We're going to be talking about how to determine your feedback ratio, which I find very interesting. We're going to talk about eBay continually promoting other sellers after buyers have purchased from us, and I'll explain that in detail shortly. We're going to talk about a few scams that are floating around. The postal inspector scam, scams on Craigslist if I have time. We're going to talk about something called eBay promoted searches, where eBay is actually going to charge people to get their items up in search results. And we're going to do a rehash of last week's video. Let's start with the rehash and what's happened in the last week or so. As you probably know, last week was Memorial Day weekend, and traditionally, holidays are the kiss of death for me. Whether it be on eBay or whether it be locally, it doesn't matter. I have always found that holidays kill business. People do not care about their cars during holidays. They just want to go out and have fun and throw caution to the wind. I've seen people going into liquor stores driving cars with donut spare tires on them. They won't even get their flat tire fixed. They just want to get to the shore for the weekend. The mirrors are hanging off, the taillights are cracked. It's freaking ridiculous, but I don't want to get off on that. My point is, I expected it to be slow for Memorial Day weekend. It was abysmal. Abysmal. The slowest point I've had probably in recorded history. Saturday, 0 sales. Sunday, 0 sales. Never do I get a 0 on Sunday, ever. Monday, 1 sale. Absolutely awful. Horrendous. However, Tuesday morning, it was like somebody flipped a switch. Sale after sale. And I'm still selling. So, I think my theory is correct, that holidays are a business killer. My question to you guys, did you find it unusually slow for the holidays? Or were you guys busy? Or were you guys average? I'd like to know. Next question. Regarding last week's video, I read all your comments and I found them to be very interesting and very well articulated. Basically, it seems to be that, in my opinion, the summertime has always been a time where sales will slow up a little bit, mainly in July and August. Not terribly, not like Memorial Day weekend like I just told you about, but it's just something to keep in mind for the future. A few of you guys commented you're very busy, and I do believe it's people who sell gaming and gaming systems, and they attribute it to kids buying their stuff, but I don't know if that's the case. I really don't. I respectfully don't think so, because I don't think too many kids are buying anything on eBay. I think their parents are buying this stuff, and that's just conjecture on my part. What I'd like to talk about now, how to determine your feedback ratio. This was brought up into one of the Facebook groups the other day, and I want to touch on this. Now let's talk about my feedback, for instance. I've been on eBay since '99. My feedback right now is 9,600 and something. But I know my total transactions are much higher than that. So if you want to know how to figure out your feedback ratio right now, and we're going to do this as a little experiment, The way you do it is you go into your My eBay and you go to your dashboard, you click dashboard on the right, and you scroll to the bottom. And on the bottom it will say total transactions. And all you have to do is divide your current feedback by the total number of transactions. So for instance, my feedback now I think is 9,614, give or take. I divide that into my total number of transactions, which is 13,000 and something, and I get a 72.4% feedback ratio. That means 72% of the people who bought my stuff left me feedback. I'd like you guys to conduct the same experiment, and I'd like you to tell me what your feedback ratio percentage is below. I think that'll be a nice little interesting tidbit to throw up. Now, next thing. eBay is starting something called promoting searches or promoted searches, whereas they are going to be charging sellers a fee to get their items more visible in search. And if I'm correct, the fee will be you can bid between 1% and 20% of the final value fee of your item. This is still in the experimental stage. It is not yet rolled out here in the States, I don't believe. I've been doing some research on this, but early on this concerns me. And I'll tell you why. In my humble opinion, it gives the advantage to these big box China sellers who are making zillions and zillions of transactions. They can saturate the market even more. Alright? I'm not a mom and pop seller, but I'm still relatively small compared to these big boys. I have a premium store, and I feel that it will hurt a lot of sellers who don't want to put the extra money in or can't put the extra money in because we're already offering free shipping. So I would like your opinion on that, if you don't mind. Again, it's in the early stages right now, but it's something that needs to be looked at. A related topic has to do with what I call eBay promoting our competition after we make the sale. If you look at the whiteboard behind me, guys, you will see I've had 2 returns and 3 cancellations this week. The 2 returns were basically innocent enough. Both people purchased an item without reading the listing and didn't take the correct measurements and realized they screwed up. They were very honest. They were nice, respectful. They said, Joe, I screwed up. I bought the wrong item. Could I return it? I said, okay. I take returns within 2 weeks. Send it on back. So, I mean, that's just the cost of doing business. I get that. But these cancellations are freaking unreal. I'm going to read you now. I got my phone here. I'm going to read you something. This is an actual contact message from a person who bought my item. They purchased my item, they paid with PayPal, and a couple of hours later wrote the following message to me. Dear Hubcap Joes, I bought the hubcap from you and immediately eBay showed me another one for sale a lot cheaper, so I sent a cancel message to you hoping you hadn't sent it yet. I got an eBay message very soon after saying it had already been sent, but I don't know if it's actually in the mail yet. I don't want to cause you any difficulty, but is it possible for you to cancel it without sending it? If so, please do. If it's already in the mail, but you went ahead and refunded my payment, I will return it at my expense. Thanks, Debbie. Alright? I am sick of eBay fitching around by showing buyers our competition's items after they make the purchase from us. We have talked about this weeks ago, we've talked about it in the past, and we're going to keep talking about it. 3 in 1 week is unreasonable. Alright, and I know it's not the buyer's fault at all. I mean, okay, sure, they should do the research first before they make the purchase, I get that. But once they make the purchase, if someone's going to dangle a carrot in front of them and say, look, you could have had it much cheaper from this other guy, human nature is going to be that they're going to want to cancel the sale and buy it from the other guy. This has been a recurring problem for a while. I don't think there's a single person watching this video that's going to disagree with me. I'm not 100% sure if eBay realizes the extent of the problem or the problems that it's causing. But they will. I am going to personally tell the good people in San Jose about this. This is something that really needs to be retooled or rectified in some way. I think it's grossly unfair to all eBay sellers. And it could happen anyway. It could happen to any one of you, no matter what you're selling. All right? You're selling an item for $50, a person purchases it, pays you with PayPal, they're happy. Immediately eBay shows them a screen. Other people who bought this item also were checking out this item. And there's your competition's items for less than yours. I think it's criminal. And I'm #1 eBay fanboy. Okay? How can we rectify this? Well, we can either sit back and we can do nothing, which a lot of people like to do, or you can be proactive, like I'm going to do, and I'm going to try, and I'm going to bring this up to the good folks at San Jose. Respectfully, of course. I'm not going to go in there screaming and yelling, and I am going to respectfully say to them, guys, I think you're doing all eBay sellers a disservice because people are buying the item, then they're getting offered the item cheaper, and they're canceling the item for the original seller, and I don't think it's right. Could you please work with us and fix this? And hopefully they will. But I would like to know, guys, have you had a lot of cancellations lately, and have people actually written to you like this one buyer did to me, explaining the situation? All right? I had 3 this week. One was for $150. A guy does a buy it now for 4 Oldsmobile wires, $150 free shipping. All right, pays with PayPal, happy as a pig, and you know what? Gets the nag screen and immediately cancels on me. The only difference was this guy canceled right away, so I was able to cancel it without shipping it. But in the case I just showed you on my phone here, for some reason that lady waited several hours, so her item's gone. It went out to her. All right? So we haven't resolved it yet. If she's going to return it, it's going to be at her expense. But I'll keep you posted on that probably next week. Another thing, I keep hearing these stories about Craigslist car scams, and let me tell you something, guys. They are true. If you're going to sell a used car, or especially buy a used car, do not, I implore you guys, for safety's sake, do not do it on Craigslist. It's full of scammers. You read stories. I've seen videos some people have made where people got kidnapped, people got robbed. Wait till I have people got kidnapped, people got robbed, a couple got murdered not too long ago, an older couple, over an old Mustang. Guys, you got to be careful. Where do I suggest? Well, guys, you know, eBay Motors is safe if you're buying the car on eBay and doing the deal through eBay, okay? Are there scammers on eBay Motors? Yes. Yes, there are. I myself have found some. They used to be big having these redirect scams where you would land on an eBay listing for eBay Motors on a car with a ridiculously low price, and it would redirect you to a site offshore, usually outside of the United States. I was thinking about maybe doing a video on that in the near future, specifically devoted to that, because I have more information that I haven't come out with yet on that. But I'm not sure if you guys would be interested in it, because it really only affects eBay Motors. But like you know, I hate scammers, and if there's scammers on eBay Motors, they gotta go, period. All right? Somebody also told me there's a scam going around where someone is emailing eBayers claiming to be the U.S. Postal Service. Well, guys, it is a scam. If you get an email from somebody claiming to be the Postal Service saying you owe money, you do not. Do not click on the link. Do not download anything. It is a phishing scam, and those are never good. All right, let's see what time it is here. Okay, that's about it. Let's go over the points of today's video, guys. Hopefully you found them helpful. Number one, how to determine your feedback ratio. That's basically cut and dry. If you'd be so kind as to type yours in below. I'm just curious where we are. Mine is 72.4. I've seen some higher and I've seen some lower. My main point about today's video is I wished eBay would stop promoting our competition's listings after the sale is made. I mean, if they want to promote other items, that's fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. But if somebody buys Oldsmobile hubcaps from me, pays me, eBay should not show them other Oldsmobile hubcaps. That's criminal in my opinion. They could show them Oldsmobile headlights, Oldsmobile taillights, Oldsmobile seats, anything else, but not the same item he just purchased. Is there anyone out there that disagrees with me on that? I don't think there is. Lastly, guys, I'm Crazy New York Driver. You're not. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys right here next Friday on the Crazy New York Driver Show, the only YouTube channel that puts eBay videos out every single Friday. Thanks for watching. You've been great. Rock on, guys.